Good morning, students, once again. So let us continue with the discussion of equilibrium in monopoly in the long run. We have studied short run. Now let us study the long run. Okay, let us study the long run equilibrium condition. In long run equilibrium condition, there will be two cases. One is the firm earning normal profit, and one is the firm earning supernormal profit. The firm will not make losses in the long run, because if it is making losses, then it will exit the industry. It will not stay in the industry, right? So in the long run, the cases of losses are not considered, only normal profit and supernormal profit. Okay, now look at this diagram carefully. You can zoom and have a look on it. This is a long run equilibrium condition of a monopolist, where first we will take this curve, um, LMC, which is going to cut the marginal revenue curve MR1. Okay, the margin, it is cutting the marginal revenue curve MR1 at the point A, isn't it? And this is the condition of equilibrium, which you, if you draw, if you extend this perpendicular and touch the AR curve, then this point at which the LSC will be tangent to this AR1 curve is the condition of equilibrium, right? Then if you talk about this condition, a point of equilibrium E, and the point A at which the marginal revenue cuts the marginal cost curve, then this is then what is the price? Then EM is the price, right? Then this is the, if this is the price, and the output is OM, isn't it? So this is a case of normal profit. Okay, and if you take the case of supernormal profit, in that case, the new AR curve, see, average revenue curve 1, AR1, sorry, AR2, AR2, and marginal revenue curve MR2 will have to be considered now. MR2, look at the dotted line, MR2. This MR2 will also be cut by the LMC curve at the point B now. If if it is cutting the LMC curve is cutting the MR2 curve at the point B, then the new equilibrium point is E1 now, or is E dash now. Then this price E dash M1 is a new price, right? And the supernormal profit is E dash B now. This is the zone of supernormal profit at the price E dash B, isn't it? So this is the condition of supernormal profit for the monopolist. So two ways, case 1 and case 2, taking two cases, you will have to understand the long run equilibrium of a monopolist. First one will give you normal profit, second one will give the monopolist the supernormal profit, which will be E dash B amount more than the EM amount. Okay, so this is a long run equilibrium condition of a monopolist. Next, I will share to you the shifts in the demand curve. What happens when there is a shift in the demand curves? Okay, just a moment. Let me share the new tab. What if there is a shift in the demand curve? So I'm not going line by line. You can read later on. I'll just explain the two graphs and finish the recording within short period of time, so that you don't get bored. All right. So I'm not reading line by line, just like I do in during live classes. So you please go through these lines one by one, and then you try to make up the note. Okay. I'm just explaining the diagrams. See, in the first case, there is a shift in the demand curve. D1 was the demand curve, and it is shifting to D0. Okay, this first case, which is showing a shift in the demand curve from D1 to D0, this will happen either due to imposition of a specific tax, or due to provision of a subsidy to the buyer by the monopolist. Okay, if suppose a specific tax is imposed, then the demand will shift from D0 to D1. It will fall. And if there is an provision of subsidy to the buyer, which is an advantage to the buyer, then the demand will shift from D1 to D0. Okay, the first case is the case of a specific tax or subsidy. Now come to the second diagram. This is a case of um, yes. Uh, okay. Yes. Did I miss that? Just a moment. Huh? This is important. Okay. Okay. Huh. No, I did not miss. Okay. In the second diagram, you see here you are not drawing parallel demand curves, isn't it? The point at the y-axis is same, but you are shifting the demand curve and making it little bit flatter. From D1, it is shifting to D0. When will it happen? See here, it will happen only when new buyer starts buying the monopolist product. This will happen when new buyers will start to buy the monopolist product. All right, so if this is happening, then on the y-axis you will keep the point same, but you will shift the demand curve and make it look a little flatter. The second diagram is a case when new buyer starts buying the monopolist product. Okay, but in both the cases, you will see there will be a shift in the price. In the first diagram, the shift is from P1 to P0, and in the second diagram, the shift is also from P1 to P0. Although it is less in the second diagram, but still it is increasing. So if the demand curve is shifting, there can be two cases of demand curve shifting. One is first one shows the case of imposition of tax or provision of subsidy. If subsidy is provided, demand shifts from D1 to D0, and if tax is imposed, the demand curve shifts from D0 to D1. Okay, and in the second case, it happens when there is increase in the number of buyers. Then this second case will happen. But in both the cases, you will see that there is a shift in the prices. Okay, so these are the two cases of shift in demand curve. Next discussion that I'll take up is with respect to the effect of a lump sum tax. Again, in the imposition of lump sum tax, I will just explain in gist so that you understand what happens in the case of a lump sum tax and a specific sales tax, and then you will have to write the details from the link that will be shared in Moodle. Okay. All right. See this link. This link will be shared in Moodle with respect to the imposition of taxes. So just like in perfect competition, due to the imposition of lump sum tax and profit tax, only there will be an increase in the fixed cost of the monopolist. Okay, due to the imposition of lump sum and profit tax, only there will be an increase in the fixed cost. The marginal cost of the monopolist will not change because there will not be any effect on the amount of volume of the output. Okay, so lump sum tax and profit tax will show the monopolist an increase in the fixed cost, but specific sales tax will show will compel the monopolist to experience a shift in the marginal cost curve, because here there will be direct impact on the amount of volume of the output, and thus the marginal cost curve will shift in the upward direction. They will increase. Okay, you may draw the diagram or you may not draw the diagram also. I give you question, accordingly you prepare answer from this link. Okay. All right, the next link I'm showing, I'm not going to explain it in quite detail, but I need to show this link because this link will be shared in Moodle, and then afterwards, if I don't show you this link now, then you will be in confusion that it belongs to which discussion. Okay, this is called the difference or comparison between monopoly and perfect competition. You have studied monopoly market and you have also studied perfect competition. Now you will have to write down their comparison. This is a link. This is a comparison chart which I am showing. But in assignment based examination, you will have a lot of time, so you will write in detail. In this link, you will find the detail of the comparison of monopoly and perfect competition as well. So you will write in detail. Okay. Almost all the points are easier only. Okay. I think if you go through it, you will be clearer. Okay. Now, just I wanted to show you this link. This is a comparison chart, and it is just comparing both monopoly and perfect competition. Not necessarily you will have to write the differences only, but you write comparisons. So in some points, you will see that both the things are happening in the same way, both in monopoly and perfect competition. In some point, you will see that there is difference. This is a comparison chart. Okay, this is not a difference chart. All right, then let us keep the discussion after this much. Please, if you have listened to the recording, if you have gone through this recording, I'm very much thankful to you. Thanks for hearing. And then the summary is we have finished off monopoly market and we have also finished perfect competition market. On Monday, we will start with the oligopoly market. Okay, bye bye then.